Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Occultic 9, episode 12, and the series, of course, because that's the last episode. Oh boy, this show. Oh my god. Um, I'll say that episode 12 was a travesty in many ways. It is one of those things that they just feel like they just want to wrap it up as fast as they can. They start throwing things at you. They start throwing all these nonsensical things that just make no sense last minute, and it's all I guarantee there'll be people who try to defend it and say, "Oh, that all made sense." I'm like, no, it really didn't make sense. I got the idea of it concept wise, but in the actual lieu of things, the show has been a roller coaster of attempts at trying to make a cohesive story and failing at it left and right. The last few episodes have been really good because we have gotten some true mystery and true drama out of it that, it all made sense to a point and it was kind of, interesting in that sense. But this last episode felt like they tried to cram as much as they could from a story into one final episode just so they don't have to do another season for it. And I'll be honest with you, it suffers for it because it is probably the worst episode besides the first one, and I haven't thought that was possible from the show. Um, Overall, let's look at the show as a whole, though. So animation wise is probably one of the things that I have another big issue with the show. There are times where the animation looks really solid. I really love some of the animation. I love the colors and the kind of way the characters are. It's very different from most other shows. But there are times where it feels almost lazy, where you see, like, for example, they have two noses, or the animation kind of takes a dip and characters don't look that great. I feel like they tended to rush some animation styles and stuff like that with the designs and characters and stuff like that. That's one of the biggest issues I have with it. Story wise, that's a whole nother thing. I can actually do a video probably for like 5 hours talking about the issues I have with the story, and I won't do that. I'll save it to like 2 or 3 minutes. But you know, the Cultic Nine has always been following up with this concept of the spiritual concepts and also at the same time science and occult. I mean, that's been the thing of the show. I mean, that's like if you look in the beginning of the tagline in the intro, you see that's being said as a quote about like people who don't believe in this can believe in that, or believe in everything under the guise of science and nature and stuff like that. And I'm not directly quoting that quote, but the thing is that it makes you think that, okay, so if you believe in one specific thing, it makes everything else believable, which is something that this show has been leading up to. And I think the ending also kind of wanted to make sure that you understood that too. But it could have done it in a lot of better ways. Characters felt very rushed. A lot of times the dialogue was very rushed. What I heard about the first episode being a whole first light novel that's incredible. Like, they should never do that. Light novels are not usually that long anyway. Sometimes they can be between 150 pages to 200 pages. But to have that in a 23 episode anime, minus the opening and closing, because we did have the opening and closing of that, you're looking at a 20-minute show and you're taking 200 pages, maybe less than that, mind you, but whatever, into one episode. That's ridiculous. Regardless, that's ridiculous. But this whole show has been like the same concept of them speeding up things and slowing down when they finally catch up to something, but then speeding up again to kind of go past it. And it suffers from that from beginning to end. I never fully got the story. I never really cared about the story that much. Don't get me wrong, there's a difference between understanding and caring and also fully investing yourself in a story. I understand what's going on. I'm quite well aware of it. I understand the science elements, at least a decent amount of them, because they are concepts that people have thought of in the past. I understand that they're also science fiction. The show is not meant to be taken too serious because it is science fiction. Keyword there is fiction. But overall, this show does not try to do enough with the story and its characters and concepts that it leaves them to like make it so you don't fully understand it because they don't want you to fully understand it. But at the same time, I don't even think the writers fully understand what the hell they talk about this story. Um, excuse me, I did the animation. Sound wise and soundtrack wise, the OST is awesome. I love the opening and closing. I think they're really, really well done. Probably some of the strongest songs of the season, to be honest. Voice acting wise is not bad. Hit or miss sometimes with certain characters. I think Yuta as a character was sometimes really, really well done, and then sometimes was really horrendous. Same with a lot of the other characters, like for example Super C. Super C could be funny, but then at times was just used as stupid gags because of her boobs being so big and stuff like that. Which is another thing the show does really stupidly, which is throwing like these tropes and stuff that doesn't make sense. Like, why you have that there? Why is the fan service here when the show is like really not aiming to be focused on fan service? It's almost like they want to take away your attention from certain things just for that moment. So this way you go, oh, fan service. Oh, I can understand that, but nothing else. I'll just say this show has been Not the worst thing I've seen, mind you. No, it's not gonna get a bad grade per se, but it's definitely not a good grade. If I had to rate this between an A through F, I have to give it a solid C minus. It's very close to a D. It's very, very close. But what saves it is that, I do like some of the concepts. I think that a few of the episodes are very interesting. I think that what you had on paper was interesting, but I just feel like it was executed very poorly. And I know I'm not the only one who's been thinking that, because I've been talking to a lot of people in the anime community that are both fans of Steins Gate and not fans of Steins Gate that are watching the show and telling me the same thing, that they feel like there's a lot of missed opportunities here, to be honest. Anyways, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this review nonetheless. As always, if you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, you know the whole nine. I will talk to you all later. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.